Congress says that the EPA is overstepping its boundaries. The House has voted to stop a rule that some say could lead to overregulation. NTV's Steve White has more on this issue.
The EPA says it needs to clarify the Clean Water Act and has proposed some new rules, but some see it as more government intrusion. The House recently voted to approve a measure to limit the power of the EPA. The agency says it's not after farmers or anyone else, but says there's confusion in the Clean Water Act, something that passed in the 70s with broad support.
Who would not want clean water, to be honest? So it had a lot of support. But Congress also inserted into that legislation more than 80 times that the power of the federal government would be limited to navigable waters. Over 80 times navigable is listed in statute. The EPA wants to get rid of that so that they can expand their jurisdiction, so that they can control virtually all waters of the U.S.
The EPA says that's not true. The agency says it's about protecting water. Administrators say it's a myth that they want more regulations on farms, but farm groups say the EPA is sending a mixed message because at the same time, the EPA provided maps to Congress showing water on private lands that could be regulated.
They do a very good job of showing the vastness of the amount of bodies of water in which EPA will now have regulatory authority over, and at the same time, they still don't show all of the water features that'll be regulated. Those low spots in farmers' fields, all of those things will be regulated under this EPA rule.
The EPA calls that a myth, saying it will continue exemptions for farmers. Others say the EPA needs to do more, with one environmental group releasing a report that says Nebraska ranks number 6 for most toxic releases into water. The tug of war continues. That EPA rule, it's not yet final, and that bill that passed the House, not likely to pass in the Senate.
Your Grow forecast is next. Don't go anywhere.